We are taking a break from our normal programming to enjoy the holidays. But in the meantime, Speculative Sandbox presents the 12 Days of Tropes, a limited series of micro-episodes that briefly touch on some well-known or maybe not so well-known tropes. Each episode is a secret until you open it, just like a present. And who knows, maybe you'll see one of these tropes fully analyzed with a guest in the future. And if you're writing this holiday season, consider exploring or inverting what you hear. When I was a little kid, I would dream that a banana peel chased me around the house. It's bad enough I had this dream once, but this was a recurring nightmare, and it happened to me so much that my brother ended up having the same dream because he would hear me talking about it all the time. One time, in an attempt to escape the banana peel, I tried to wake myself up. I imagined opening my eyes and sitting up in bed, and amazingly, it happened. I started going about my day, I got dressed, I played with toys, and I went to the kitchen, only to find the banana peel waiting for me on the kitchen floor, poised like a dangerous spider. I hadn't woken up, I'd only dreamt I had. The dream within a dream fake-out is a classic horror trope. Think of the Freddy Krueger movies. You never knew when the characters would fall asleep, which made Freddy's inevitable arrival all the more terrifying. Then there's the movie Inception, the act of going down the dreaming rabbit hole so far that it almost seems impossible to know if you're dreaming or not. The fake-out awakening is also a major indicator of this trope, and it doesn't even require dreaming necessarily. Spoiler warning for Stephen King's short story and movie Room 1408. Our main character checks into a haunted hotel room. After a series of spooky events, he eventually escapes and carries on with his life, only to come to the terrifying realization that it was all an illusion by the room, and he had never escaped it at all. Some other examples include the movie Alien, where Ripley has a false awakening that ends with a chest-burster attack, the show Buffy the Vampire Slayer, where the characters lose sense of the waking world as an ancient spirit attacks them in their sleep. And the trope is frequently used throughout the Twilight Zone show. Needless to say, dreaming is one of the most fantastical things we do in real life, so it makes sense that stories pull from this phenomenon to make us uneasy. In fact, are you dreaming right now? Do you remember what you had for breakfast? Can you see your feet? How did you get here, by the way? One of my favorite Batman episodes from the 1990s Batman the Animated Series was when Bruce Wayne was attacked in his sleep, and the way he found out that he was sleeping was when he opened up a book from the library and discovered he could not read any of the words. Apparently, you dream with one side of your brain that isn't so good at reading words. So next time you're lucid dreaming, see if you can open a book and read what you see there. Another way I can tell I'm dreaming is if I try to make a phone call. They usually don't get past the first greeting. But how do you dream? Share with us your stories on our Instagram and Twitter. Speculative Sandbox is a volunteer-run podcast that relies on the collaboration of fellow creators like you. Join the conversation and participate in fun polls and questionnaires on TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter. Interested in being in a future episode? Our DMs are open, or you can email speculativesandbox@gmail.com.